A type of seed can affect parasites, yet it is not widely used. That sounds contradictory. If it really works, why don't you see it in hospitals? And if it doesn't work, why has it existed for hundreds of years in traditional medicine? The answer is not simple. It begins with a real story in the forest. October 2019. A call was sent to forest rangers in Missouri. Someone was illegally cutting trees in a national forest. When they arrived, they found several freshly cut tree stumps. The cuts were very clean. Sap was still flowing. This indicated the cutting happened quickly and was planned. This was not a random act. Agents followed the trail to a nearby lumber workshop. Among many logs, one matched almost perfectly with a stump at the scene, but visual inspection was not enough. They needed clear evidence. DNA analysis was used. The results showed the two samples almost certainly came from the same tree. The thief was convicted. And at that point, the real question appeared, why would a tree be this valuable? And what fewer people know, its greatest value is not in the wood. And what fewer people know, its greatest value is not in the wood. Hello, I'm Mason. If you want to explore useful information for life and health, subscribe to the channel. And if you have questions, leave a comment below. The tree being referred to is black walnut, scientific name juglans nigra. It is a long-living hardwood species native to North America and belongs to the Juglandaceae family. The tree grows well and deep. Nutrient-rich, well-drained soil, it commonly appears in broadleaf forests and can maintain stable growth for many years. Black walnut wood has high economic value, used in premium furniture and construction materials. Its notable features are a dark color, high durability, and ease of processing. The seeds are edible, providing unsaturated fats, protein, and many essential minerals for the body. This makes it an energy-rich food source. The important part lies in the green hull surrounding the seed. This is where bioactive compounds are concentrated, especially juglone, which has strong activity. Historically, this tree has been recorded in many traditional medicine systems. Its primary uses relate to antibacterial properties and support in controlling parasites. In addition, the tree can release compounds that affect the growth of surrounding plants through a natural chemical mechanism. Black walnut contains an important compound called juglone. This is a substance from the naphthoquinone group. With strong biological activity and present in many parts of the tree, juglone is found in roots, leaves, bark, and the green hull around the seed. This compound can be released into the environment through the surrounding soil and water. The main mechanism of juglone is the inhibition of enzyme activity inside cells. This disrupts cellular respiration and reduces the ability to produce energy. When enzymes are inhibited, cells cannot maintain normal function. Metabolic processes become disordered, leading to functional decline and eventually cell death. Juglone can penetrate the root systems of nearby plants. It then spreads into tissues and directly affects physiological activity. This effect does not happen instantly but continuously. When the concentration becomes high enough, it causes noticeable weakening in surrounding plants. This phenomenon is called allelopathy. It is a mechanism by which one plant uses chemicals to inhibit the growth of another. Allelopathy helps the tree control its growing space. It reduces competition for light, water, and nutrients in the environment. Juglone operates at the molecular level. It interferes with biochemical reaction chains in cells and disrupts internal balance. Beyond affecting plants, juglone also impacts certain other organisms. Studies show it influences microorganisms and some simple life forms. The mechanism involves oxidative stress. Juglone increases the formation of free radicals inside cells, causing damage to biological structures. Cell membranes and proteins are affected. This reduces the cell's ability to protect and repair itself against external impacts. Juglone may also affect DNA and RNA synthesis. This disrupts cell growth and division. Applications of black walnut in traditional medicine focus on the green hull surrounding the seed. This is the part with the highest concentration of juglone. The green hull is harvested while still fresh, before it turns brown. At this stage, the level of bioactive compounds reaches a high point. After harvesting, the hull is usually processed immediately to limit oxidation. This helps maintain the stability of active compounds. A common method is soaking the hull in a solvent such as alcohol. This process helps extract compounds that dissolve in the solvent. The resulting solution is typically dark in color and has a distinct smell. This is a commonly used form in natural medicine systems. Traditional uses focus on antibacterial and antifungal properties. In addition, they relate to parasite control. The mechanism is believed to involve the enzyme inhibition ability of juglone. This affects the biological activity of microorganisms. Use is usually done in small amounts. The goal is to control biological effects without overloading the body. The process requires monitoring the body's response. Because this is a highly active compound, it may cause unintended effects. Besides the hull, Some other parts of the tree are also used. However, effectiveness and safety may vary. In traditional practice, use is often combined with principles of dose and duration control. This is intended to reduce risk. Modern references emphasize the need to consult professionals before use. Especially in sensitive cases, some groups should be cautious, including pregnant women, people with underlying conditions, or those using medication. Compounds in black walnut may interact with the body's biological mechanisms. This may affect the effectiveness of other treatments. In addition, prolonged use or high doses may put pressure on the liver. This is the main organ involved in compound metabolism. Therefore, use should be strictly controlled. It should not be considered a complete replacement for medical treatment. Scientific studies on black walnut focus on the compound juglone and extracts from the green hull. This is the component with clear biological activity. Under laboratory conditions, juglone shows the ability to inhibit many types of organisms. These include bacteria, fungi, and some forms of parasites. The main mechanism involves disrupting enzymes inside cells. This reduces metabolic processes and the ability to produce energy. Juglone causes oxidative stress by increasing the formation of free radicals. This leads to damage to cell membranes and protein structures. In addition, this compound may affect DNA and RNA synthesis. This disrupts cell growth and division. Some studies record effects on nematodes and single-celled organisms. Results show a clear decline in biological activity. In animal studies, extracts from black walnut hull show the ability to reduce parasite load in the digestive system. Monitored indicators include parasite density and egg count. Results show a decreasing trend when used under controlled conditions. The mechanism is explained based on direct effects on the parasite's enzyme system. This disrupts the life cycle. However, these studies mostly take place in controlled environments. These conditions do not fully reflect the human biological environment. Currently, there are no large-scale clinical trials in humans. This is the necessary standard to confirm treatment effectiveness. Existing data are not enough to determine safe and effective dosage, especially under long-term use conditions beyond effectiveness. Safety is also a concern. Juglone is a highly active compound and may cause unwanted effects. Some studies indicate a risk of oxidative stress at high levels. This may affect normal cell function. The liver is the organ responsible for metabolizing these compounds. Prolonged use may put pressure on liver function. Medical organizations require evidence from clinical trials before recognizing treatment effectiveness. This is a mandatory standard. In the case of black walnut, most current data remain at the preclinical level. This includes in vitro and animal studies. The gap between biological potential and real-world application still exists. This gap has not been filled with human data. Therefore, use should be evaluated carefully. It should not be considered a confirmed method in modern medicine. The idea that black walnut is banned does not accurately reflect reality. In many cases, it is not banned but simply restricted in medical applications. The main reason is the lack of clinical data in humans. Regulatory agencies require clear evidence before recognizing treatment effectiveness. Most current data come from laboratory and animal studies. This is an early step, but not enough for widespread use. Modern medical standards require multi-phase clinical trials. Each phase evaluates effectiveness, safety, and appropriate dosage. This process requires a long time and very high cost. This is a major barrier for natural compounds that have not been commercialized. Juglone is a highly active compound. This creates potential, but also increases risk if used without control. Unwanted biological reactions may occur when used in high doses or over long periods. This requires specific safety data. In addition, each person's body responds differently to biological compounds. This makes it more complex to determine a standard dose. Regulatory agencies require data on drug interactions. This is an important factor when a substance is used with other therapies. In cases where sufficient data are not available, the common approach is to limit use. The goal is to reduce risk to the community. Another important factor is economics. Clinical research requires large financial resources and is often funded by pharmaceutical companies. These companies invest in compounds that can be patented. This allows them to have exclusive rights and recover costs. Black walnut is a natural resource. Its original form cannot be patented in the usual way. This reduces the incentive to invest because there is no mechanism to protect long-term profit from research. The result is a lack of large-scale studies, not because the compound lacks potential, but because there is no suitable funding. The modern drug development model depends on intellectual property. This is a factor that directs research priorities in the industry. Natural compounds, if not modified or synthesized, are often not included in the system. In addition, legal regulations require complete safety documentation. This includes data on toxicity, maximum dosage, and long-term effects. In the case of black walnut, these data are not yet complete. This leads to it not being approved as a drug. Therefore, restriction does not mean denial of effectiveness. It reflects a lack of necessary data to ensure safety. Black walnut is a tree with high overall value. It provides wood, food, and bioactive compounds with application potential. The wood is highly durable and has a great economic value. This value increases over time as the tree continues to grow and develop. The seeds can be used as food. Their nutritional content includes healthy fats, protein, and essential minerals for the body. The green hull contains active compounds such as juglone. This is the foundation for research and applications in traditional medicine. However, the tree can affect the growth of surrounding plants. This needs to be considered when planting. Planting is suitable for large spaces and long-term goals. Spacing should be controlled to limit biological effects. The value of the tree is a combination of economic, biological, and sustainable use potential. It is a resource that needs to be properly understood. If you find this content useful, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming videos, and leave a comment if you have any questions or opinions. This video uses AI-assisted tools to help present visual information more clearly and understandably for viewers.